to Carpool with Trey. How's your day going so far, man?
Doing pretty well. How about yourself?
My day is going pretty smooth, actually. You were telling me you are in the military, right? Navy and stuff?
Correct.
Yeah? So how long have you been in the Navy?
About 6 years.
About 6 years. And what made you go into Navy and choose a whole career? I mean, I'm sorry, how old are you? If you don't mind? 20. Oh, okay. 26. Do you go for the wars or you work for like a technological part in the military?
I do it for travel.
Oh, okay.
And steady paychecks.
Okay, so what do you do in the Navy if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a missile and a radar tech.
Oh, so in short, okay. So what kind of departments are there many besides, of course, there's a Navy, the one which is on the oceans, which fly, the flying part, right? I'm sorry if I'm elaborating very badly. I'm not very familiar with Army, Navy, and the third one, I totally forgot. There are 3 parts of Navy, right? Not Navy, but...
There's actually 5 branches.
Oh, would you mind going a little bit deeper since I'm illiterate in that field?
There's Army,
okay,
Air Force, which back in, I believe, the 40s broke off from the Army.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Army Air Corps during World War II. And after that, they turned it into the Air Force.
Okay.
The Marine Corps, which is part of the Department of the Navy. There's the Navy.
Marine.
And then there's also the Space Force.
Yeah. So those things I don't understand. What is Space Force?
It's part of the Department of the Air Force.
Okay. Is it like people? Is it like Army getting trained for space?
It's its own branch, so there's no Army or anything. It's just the Space Force. Like certain areas, like specifically, I just found out the other day, Cape Canaveral in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spaceport now. It used to be an Air Force base, but now it's called a spaceport because the Space Force runs it.
Yeah.
Because NASA and all that.
Yes.
So places like that where we launch our rockets from, Space Force takes care of, and they also watch out for all our satellites in orbit.
Oh, I see. So like more of like out of the earth kind of thing, or which is in the air, where they are able to enter in a different territory and stuff like that. Am I getting it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Another question. What is the difference between Marine Corps and Navy?
Marine Corps is, to me, like the water army.
Okay.
So they're the guys that actually go on land and get the work done, but they also work with the Navy when it comes to getting places.
Yeah.
Like the ship I used to work on,
Okay.
it's called an LHD, USS Wasp. It's basically a marine mover. There are ships like it. They're called amphibious ships.
Amphibious,
like frogs.
Okay.
So what that means is they have the ability to lower the ship in the water,
Mm-hmm.
and boats and other things can pull into the back,
Okay.
like a false beach.
Yeah.
And Marines can drop off their equipment, and also if we go do like a beach deployment,
Uh-huh.
we can pull up to the beach, drop the ship, and then they can all take their tanks to the shore and then do an invasion or whatever they're gonna do.
I think I'm getting it slowly. Where there's a off-road army, or like on the road, like the army part which is inside the ship. Correct?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Army part which is inside the ship, like tanks and stuff like that.
In that ship specifically, and ships like it, there is a storage area for those vehicles.
Okay.
So
So how's it like to work in Marines? You travel a lot, I see.
I can tell you this: we were in Japan when we loaded Marines.
Mm-hmm.
My ship holds like 1,000 people, like 1,000 Navy personnel. But when we get Marines, we get like roughly 1,500 or more.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets pretty crowded, even on a big ship like that.
Yeah.
A lot of Marines. Don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of people say that they don't do anything.
Oh, they don't do.
They just watch movies and do nothing all day until they actually have to go on land or something for training.
Yeah. Do you guys have network on the ship?
Huh?
Do you guys have network on the ship?
Network, like internet?
Internet and stuff?
Yes.
Oh.
We have internet, but if things get busy and other people need it more than we do, They shut it off for us, and people that are higher up get it.
Oh, like higher up, isn't like higher up in the ship or higher up?
Yeah, like the captain or something.
Okay.
Like we're trying to send a message, but the internet's bad. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can still get on Facebook in the middle of the ocean.
Okay. Oh, that is very nice.
Oh, totally.
How's ocean? Like ocean scares me a lot, especially those videos where I see the waves are huge. How do you guys tackle those things? How do you guys stay calm and not get?
I was on a bigger ship, so we didn't get knocked around as bad.
Okay.
But like, I did have one scare. It was November 18th, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
We were just getting back from Japan. We sailed all the way around South America, back up the East Coast.
Yeah.
And we were pulling into Virginia, but about off the coast of North Carolina, we got hit by a cold front.
Oh.
So the weather turned bad.
What is cold front? I'm sorry.
It's when cold winter air from the north comes down.
Ooh.
And when it does, usually bad weather follows.
Oh. I don't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the cold air pushes the warm air up into the atmosphere, and that causes the water to condense and fall as rain.
Oh, okay. So it's like
it causes
heavy
really
rain.
bad storms, and in this case, rough seas.
Okay.
My ship is right from pier side, I would say 4 stories tall, three stories, like just to get to the flight deck, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 3 stories tall. I can't really imagine it.
It's okay.
But it's pretty tall, and waves were breaking over the flight deck, which is incredible for a ship that size.
Yes.
We were pulling about 20 knots, which is around like 21 miles per hour.
Okay.
Roughly.
So the wind was coming 20 miles per hour.
We were trying to get home on time, right?
Yeah.
Because our families were waiting for us.
Yes.
But so this is what happened. The part of the ship in the front where the anchor chain is,
Yeah.
water had flooded it twice, so they had 2 flooding casualties called. And people went to go dewater it, take the water out and everything.
How do you guys take the water out in that kind of weather?
We have pumps and hoses.
Okay, yeah.
Or just
pumps.
like buckets.
Oh, okay. Oh, does that help?
It depends how bad it is. Really.
Yeah.
You can get a mop or you can get buckets or a pump.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there for it. I
Okay.
was standing security, so I was at a computer desk inside. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, at about 1:32 in the morning, we get a man overboard.
Okay.
And I just remember thinking, oh man, this guy's dead because these waves are so high and this weather is so bad that if someone fell off the ship right now, they're not going to get found.
Whoa.
It took a whole hour before they got a complete accountability of every single person on the ship to make sure we were fine. A whole hour. And so no one actually fell. It was a vest that had a little device in it that's saltwater activated.
Yeah.
It says somebody fell in the water.
Oh.
So it was false alarm.
Yeah.
We were fine, but let me tell you, they pulled the hardest U-turn at sea I've ever seen in my life, and the entire room nearly flipped sideways. Full-on desks, computers slammed against the other wall, and were sliding all over the room.
Whoa.
It was the scariest thing I ever saw. I thought we were going to capsize.
Shit.
I believe we listed about 25 degrees that night, and the island of that ship. You know, you ever see an aircraft carrier where they have the tower?
Yeah.
It's like that on a LHD, but it's longer.
Yes.
That thing's designed to break off at, I think, 45 degrees.
Yeah.
To keep the ship from flipping over, and we hit 25, so we're about halfway there.
Oh, so you guys were
we
like...
were leaning pretty far.
Oh my god.
Yeah, listing basically means leaning.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So...
Do you have any videos that you have, if you don't mind?
Actually, I don't have, of that situation, probably.
Oh shit, that would be so cool.
We did get home in time, and we saw our families, and it was great.
That is a very good thing to hear.
Good
After
Lord.
that, I mean...
That was a freaky experience.
Yeah, how was the celebration after that?
It wasn't really a celebration. Everyone went back to sleep.
Oh, okay.
It was hard to sleep, though, because it sounded like bombs going off, with the waves hitting the side of the ship.
Oh, like boom. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
You see
I'm sure you guys do some drill experience and stuff like that. Do you guys have to jump off the boat for the drill?
No.
No?
I've swam behind the boat, but I've never jumped off of it.
Is it pretty high off?
Yeah.
From the water?
Yeah.
Like how high? Like 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet?
Couldn't tell you.
Huh?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Okay.
I can tell you how long the flight deck is, but I can't tell you how tall it is. No one ever told me.
Do you go see like So you see those flights take off from the ocean, right?
Like the jets and the helicopters. I'm not allowed outside during that, but I've seen it on the TV because they play it for us.
Okay.
Yeah, they have live cameras outside.
So if you don't mind me asking, and putting your job in a simple word, are you the technical guy for the ship, or one of the person who handles technical part or technological part on the ship?
I'm only in charge of what my job is, like my systems.
Okay.
That's all I worry about.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of that and whoever works under me. That's it.
Oh, nice. Another question I had was, I heard these things around the internet and places. These jobs are very order oriented. Am I getting it right?
Very what oriented?
Order oriented. Like somebody, you have to follow orders.
Yeah.
You can't do things that you want to do, or what is right, what is wrong.
Attitude.
I'm sorry?
I said you can have a questioning attitude.
Okay.
You can ask questions like, is there a better way to do this? But in the end, if you're told to do something, you do it.
And what if you don't do it?
There's punishment.
Have you ever gotten punishment?
Not serious. One time I didn't do a job and I had to paint a bathroom.
Paint a bathroom?
Yeah, on the ship.
Okay.
While it was sailing, so the room was moving and I kept leaning against the paint.
Oh.
So that was my punishment.
That was kind of tough.
But to be fair, that was my mistake. I had maintenance I had to do, and I decided to go to Los Angeles because we pulled into San Diego.
Yeah.
And I went up to LA, and then come Sunday, hey, why wasn't this done? Whoops.
Oh, so
completely forgot.
No excuses. You have to.
Seriously, no excuses. It was really bad.
I mean, that's how things goes, you know. And they're probably. What's the worst punishment that you have seen or heard of around you?
On the ship, we have this thing called the captain's mast. It's basically one of the final stages of punishment where the captain oversees you, and if he thinks what you did was so bad, it deserves punishment, he'll lay it down on you.
He what?
He'll give you a punishment if what he thinks you did was bad enough.
Yeah.
But he's the final decider. There's 3 levels.
Okay.
There's a DRB. I forgot, was it something review board, disciplinary review board, where all the chiefs get around and yell at you about what you did wrong and try to get it all out of you, right? If they think you did something wrong, they'll send you to XOI, which is the executive officer's review, and he'll find, if he thinks you'd messed up, he'll send you to the captain for captain's mast.
Yeah.
He's the final decider.
Yeah.
The maximum punishment he can give you is 60 days extra duty. Which is you staying after work, 2+ hours to do extra work every day for 60 days. Okay. And there's 60 days restrictions, which means you can't leave the ship for 60 days.
Okay.
So.
But where do you even go on the ship where you're in the middle of an ocean?
Well, the restrictions at sea isn't so bad. It's when you pull into a port. That's when it sucks. Like when we pulled into Australia, we had people on restrictions. Guess who couldn't go to Australia? Restrictees.
Okay, I see.
So you don't want to mess up and miss out on seeing the world. Thankfully, I never got in trouble because I didn't do anything stupid.
That is good. I mean, usually those people are like who are running around and things like that. But speaking of duties, what kind of duties do you guys have to do?
It really just depends on what your job is.
Okay.
The Navy's divided into what are called rates. In other parts of the military, they would call them MOSs. Rates are traditional since the start of the Navy. Mine is fire controlman. So I'm in charge of combat systems, ship's defense.
Yes. So do you control the defense, or do you?
When it comes to my missile launcher, I don't exactly control it, but I'm in charge of maintaining it and making sure.
I was just going to ask that question after that. Very good answer.
I'm probably going to change the address, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
This place is totally closed. I know it is.
Yeah, it's okay. We're having somewhat of a nice conversation.
Right.
I'm learning a lot about Navy, So what made you decide to go in Navy?
So, there's a funny story actually.
Okay. You can do the address thing before
I'm
you.
doing it right
Yeah.
now.
No
Prices
problem.
changed, more expensive. Got it.
Drop if updated.
There you go. Yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So, back in Florida, it was
Yeah.
2015, March to be exact. My birthday had just happened,
Yeah.
and I was at home with my stepdad, and he loaded me up in his truck, and he took me down the street to Publix, which is a supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Florida thing. And we got out of the truck, we walked around the front, and we sat there and we talked, and he said, look, you're almost done with high school, and you don't really have a plan going for you yet.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 options for you, and I want you to pick one of them.
Oh, nice.
1, go to college, and
Yeah.
I'll help you get through it. 2, join the military. Out of all the branches, I think the Navy would fit you best.
Why?
It's more brain than brawn.
Okay.
So not more about this, not so much about this.
Yeah.
You know.
Very nice.
So the third option was get out of my house.
Okay. Oh, okay. Nice.
So,
He was being for real.
Obviously, there was only 2 choices there because
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be homeless and I didn't have anyone I wanted to live with.
Yeah.
So I said, oh yeah, the Navy. I could see the world potentially.
Okay.
So not everyone does, but I got lucky. And plus, you know, working at McDonald's for 2.5 years, I was like, it paid better,
Yeah.
and they paid me to go see things. So
Yes.
sure, why not? Let's do the Navy. And I asked people about it that I knew, and looked up videos, and went to the recruiter's office, signed up, and they shipped me out in summer of 2016. And I went through boot camp, and I graduated July 29th, I think, 2016.
Congratulations,
And
man.
I've been in ever since.
Nice. Have you ever thought about doing something else?
I mean, this is going pretty well for me so far, so I haven't
Okay.
considered anything.
You haven't?
I'm not like, you know, gung-ho Navy, like, oh yeah, this is totally going to be my life. I'm doing it until it doesn't work for me anymore.
Okay.
So far, the job is working for me. The people I've met have helped me immensely.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to a lot of places I wanted to go to, like Singapore and Australia. Those were my
Nice.
2 biggest places.
Nice.
And I got orders back to Japan.
That is very good.
So far it's working. I did make a deal with the Navy.
Okay.
It's not official. It was just a deal that I made with myself and the Navy.
Nice.
I make the next rank, and I get orders to Japan, and I'll re-enlist for 6 more years.
Oh.
December of 2020, I made E5,
Okay.
Petty Officer 2nd Class,
Uh-huh.
after 6 tries. We take a test every fall and spring, by the way.
Yes.
So
And
6 tries.
What is this test about?
Knowledge of your job, of your rate.
Okay.
But it's all-encompassing, which is not really fair, but yeah.
So-
It asks questions about systems that I don't even work on.
Work on.
But anyway, 6 tries on that.
Okay.
I won't lie, I guessed on all 6. And also my evaluations, which are yearly.
Yeah.
I got really good evaluations.
That is very good.
That added up to me making E5 in December 2020. And then, come August of
Yeah.
2021, I was up to pick orders, which
Yeah.
is, you know, your directive to go somewhere. And it's like applying for a job.
Yeah.
Even though I already have one, it's applying to go somewhere else.
Yes.
They'll see what they can do.
Is it like going on a different ship when you say pick up the orders kind of thing?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that like once I finish with this.
Sure.
But I'm going into a little more detail about how rotation works. But I picked orders to Italy, Okinawa, and I think Korea. I didn't get anything. When it came to my second look, you get 3, by the way. 3 chances. My second chance, I picked 3 Japanese orders for the same base. I gave them no other option than to either give me Japan or nothing else.
Yeah.
But the problem is, there was like 13 or 14 other people applying for it as well. I was all green. I made my resume look really good.
Yeah.
And I had someone in my chain of command talk to the detailer, so I kind of cheated a little bit. I'm not going to say who, but they knew the detailer's chief,
Yeah.
and they talked to him, and come September, like the 1st or 2nd week, it said I was selected, and now I'm going to Japan tomorrow.
Hey, man.
So with that, like I said, I'll be there for 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
That's my shore duty.
Yeah.
With the Navy, you do a sea rotation
Yes.
and then a shore rotation, because, you know, being on a ship consistently, that would really kill you.
Oh,
like
okay.
mentally.
Okay.
So they put you on land for a few years, and then they bring you back out.
Yeah.
It's different times for different jobs, different rates.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who's a yeoman. I believe it's 4.5 years of shore duty and two years of sea duty.
Okay.
That's a great rotation.
Yeah.
For me, though, because I'm in charge of combat systems,
Yes.
they don't really have that on shore duty. It used to be 5 years when I started.
Yeah.
It's now 4 years, 3 months.
4 years, 3 months. Oh.
And 3 years of shore duty.
Oh.
So
I see. I
Yeah.
see.
it's getting better. 5 years was a lot, but cutting it down 9 months really helped.
Yeah.
And they're also shipping me out a little bit earlier. I only did 4 years, 1 month because this billet they needed people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So my question was, what is picking up orders mean?
picking up orders. So like I said, when you go on on the website, there's a list of orders, jobs for different. It'll show you the job.
Oh.
Like what's needed. Like if your job matches what they need. Where it's at.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you how well you match what's needed for that job.
Okay. I see that.
Like travel cost, if you've gone to schooling for it, stuff like that.
Okay.
I was green for everything because it's an easy system.
Yeah.
And also, I was really close to the school, so I'm really cheap to fly out. Plus, I'm single.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
So they don't have to fly a whole family across the ocean.
Oh, so if you have like a wife and a kids, you have to fly the
They
whole
would be
family.
less likely to fly me out because I would have a lot more
Expense.
expense. Yeah.
Okay. And does Navy pay all of your expense when you're out of town, or?
Housing, food. There's a food allowance.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about housing? Like, do they give you like nice house, or just like?
I don't know because I haven't gotten housing in Japan. I did get a house in Virginia Beach. I still have it. I'm a landlord of it.
Oh, nice.
So someone's living in it right now and paying me to live there.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty great.
That is pretty great.
So yeah, property in Virginia Beach. They paid me, I want to say $1,600, and I had 2 roommates because it was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath.
Yeah.
And they both paid me $450 a month. So taking that into account with the mortgage,
Yeah.
I was only paying about $150 a month on the mortgage. So I pocketed about $1,450
That is very nice.
from and that's what a lot of people do. They'll get roommates and they'll collect all that money.
Oh.
That's what I did.
Okay.
I'm not getting that money anymore because I moved out.
Yeah.
But when I go overseas, it's a little bit different. You get something called overseas housing allowance, and it's going to be, if this house costs $1,000 a month, they will give me $1,000 a month to pay for that house. I don't collect anything unless I get a roommate.
Yeah.
But there's no like extra
kind of thing.
Japanese housing I heard was really good for us. A Japanese house is very expensive.
Yes.
But I heard that they get pretty decent sized houses, not as big as American houses, but decent size. Because we're military and they like to take care of us and everything.
Mm-hmm. Do they actually take care of you guys?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, that is very good.
They do a lot to make sure we're happy. It's more like, if you ever hear stories of people like, oh, I hate the military, it's because of it's smaller than you think. It's usually in their boss, their chief, someone in their immediate chain of command, not the Navy as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And don't get me wrong. Every branch has, its bad apples.
Yes, of course.
It can't be helped. Some people don't do enough or do too much.
Yes.
Make life hard for other people, I've dealt with that myself, but, that's any job. Seriously, it's any job.
Yes.
You're always going to have different people from different places doing different things their way.
Yep, you're totally correct in there. You're totally correct. I would have one more question if you are able to... is it?
Yeah, it's to the left right there.
I was gonna say, how does it not good mentally when you said being on a ship?
Being out in the ocean is mind-numbing.
Okay.
It hurts. It really, like, when you get back to shore, you have to remind yourself what it's like. Because you've been away from everything so long and so many things change,
Oh.
Like during COVID, there were people who were out at sea for 9-10 months straight.
They didn't even know this thing happened.
They were out there because of COVID.
Okay.
They had to do their job, but they couldn't pull in anywhere.
Oh.
So people like that, like being out at sea, even for a month or so, it can get to you. unless you have that entertainment like movies, video games,
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
You have to find a routine, otherwise it will get to you. And
It will get to you.
I've met about 6 people who got out because it got to them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you find your way. Everyone finds their way.
Yes, definitely. It was very nice talking to you, Nicholas. I learned a lot, and it was very nice chatting with you. Do you have anything to say to people?
I don't know, man. You want to join the Navy now? Sound like a recruiter talking.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for being in my podcast, and.
No problem.